So in order to find the volume of a cylinder, we're going to use the volume equals capital B times H, where that capital B stands for area of the base. In this case, since it's a cylinder, our area of the base is going to be an area of a circle, and the height of the cylinder. Some things to remember is that in order to find the area of a circle, you need to do pi times radius squared, or you need to do pi times r, where that r stands for the radius. Now, we often use this approximation for pi, that 3.14, and that's what we're going to be using today. And another thing to remember is that the radius is from the center of the circle to the edge. In this case, the radius would be from here on our cylinder all the way to here. If we go all the way across, which is what I'm marking in blue, that would be called the diameter. So with our first problem, when looking at this, I can see that 40 is my height of my cylinder, and 25 is my radius of my cylinder, since it goes halfway across the circle. So in order to find the volume, we need to find our capital B, which is the area of the base. So we're going to take our radius times our radius times 3.14, which is our approximation for pi. And that number turns out to be 1,962.5. Now, my units for my area of the base, since it's area, is going to be inches squared. Then I'm also going to label my height. So the height of the cylinder is 40 inches. And now I can use V equals capital B times H in order to find our full volume of this cylinder. So I'm going to take V equals, I'm going to take that 1,962 number and substitute that in for B. And then I'm going to take that 40 and substitute it in for H. And then when we multiply those two numbers together, we get the volume is equal to 78,500 inches. Now it's inches cubed because we're dealing with volume, and we took inches squared and times it by another inch. So that's how we got the inches cubed. Now this example gave us the radius. This next example that we're going to walk through only gives us the diameter. But if you remember, the diameter is all the way across. In order to find out halfway, which would be the radius, we're going to take that number and we're going to divide it by 2, which means our radius is going to be 3 meters. And that's helpful when we start filling in what we need in order to do our volume formula. So 3 meters is our radius, 18 meters is our height. Now the circle's always going to be the base, so you don't have to worry about labeling height and radius. If it's a radius, it's going to have to do with our capital B. And if it's straight up and down, that is going to be our height every single time. So for capital B, we're going to have to do 3 times 3, because that's our radius, and that's how we do radius squared, times our approximation for pi, which is 3.14. And when we do 3 times 3 times 3.14, we get 28.26 meters squared. I'm kind of running into my notes on the side. Here, I'll move that over. So then, now that we have our capital B and our H, we know that we can do our V equals capital B times H to find our volume. So our volume is going to be V equals 28.26 times 18. And when we take 28.26 times 18, we get a volume of 508.68 meters cubed. Now, for your homework and the practice problems, I want you to round to the 10th. So to round to the 10th, that means 1 decimal spot. So this 8, since it's greater than 5, is going to make the 6 go up 1. So we actually get a volume of 508.7 meters cubed. And that's our answer. For the practice problems, please note that 7 is your diameter, not your radius. 20 is also a diameter, not a radius. So make sure you cut those numbers in half in order to find your radius. All right, let's go practice this math.